Hey there, and welcome back to another episode of the Green Wife Happy Life podcast. So, did you just pull out last year's lunch packing supplies to start to get a feel for what you might need to restock and then instantly feel guilty about all the plastic? Well, you're not alone. I've been there, digging through a pile of half-melted containers, cracked lids, and plastic baggies, wondering, is any of this actually safe? And do I really need to buy 10 new eco things just to feel better? So in today's episode, I'm breaking down the non-toxic lunch gear that I actually use and what I don't bother with anymore. So there's no greenwashing, no guilt, just stuff that makes lunch packing safer, easier, and a little less wasteful. So first, let's talk about why this even matters. So most conventional lunch gear is made from plastic, sometimes low-grade plastic that can leach hormone-disrupting chemicals, especially when they're heated or scratched. And microplastics have been found in bottled water, food packaging, and even kids' bloodstreams. The problem, a lot of gear marketed as BPA-free still can contain other chemicals that may not be safe either, like BPS or phthalates. So if you've ever asked, what non-toxic lunch gear should I actually buy? This episode is for you. So here are the basics that I have tested and I trust and why. First of all, stainless steel lunch boxes. Okay, they are super durable, long lasting. There's no plastic at all. They can actually be recycled if you ever decide you don't need it anymore or can't hand it off to somebody else. The price per use, because I know they can be pricey at the start, definitely pays off. Which price per use is a really important sort of thing to look at when you're going for more eco-friendly options, because some of them can be pricey in the upfront, but the price per use definitely pays off. So stainless steel, it won't retain smells, it won't stain like plastic. And look for one that has a couple of compartments, maybe 3 or 5, so that you don't need extra containers as well. And a couple of popular brands are Planet Box, Lunchbox, and also Bent Go Stainless. So stainless steel lunch boxes. Second, sort of swap that I've made is either silicone or plant-based snack and sandwich bags. So these are way better than plastic baggies for a lot of reasons. They're great for wet foods or cut fruit because they're not fabric, they're silicone or plant-based, which feels a lot like plastic, but there is no plastic at all. And a couple of brands that I really like, Stasher is a silicone bag. It's food grade silicone. And then Lunchkins has a great plant-based zip top snack and sandwich bag. I'll leave links to all this stuff, by the way, down in the show notes. So no need to try to remember it all. Okay. Stainless steel or glass water bottles. So plastic water bottles, like even reusable ones, it's a great start, but they can still leach microplastics. So stainless steel is my go-to for durability and temperature control. I mean, they really keep drinks cold, which I love. I also throw in a stainless steel straw, which also keeps the drinks cold, and it's just really refreshing. Glass is another option. I wouldn't do that for kids, maybe older kids, or for you, Mom. You deserve a reusable bottle too. And again, you can skip the plastic straw. It probably will come with one, but there are lots of options for replacing it with a silicone or, like I said, a stainless steel straw. That's my go-to. And then for the actual lunch bag, you can certainly go with your paper bag or just reuse the bag. But if you're starting from scratch and buying something new, instead of an insulated bag that's lined with PVC or cheap plastic, you can use like a washable fabric lunch bag with a food safe lining. They last longer and they're not going to smell weird by week 2. So there's a lot of extra gear out there that you might be wondering, well, do I need these things too? But here's what I would say to skip. So skip plastic containers with unclear labels, even if they say BPA-free. You can skip fancy like bento boxes that have like 25 pieces to wash. You're not going to be into that every day to repack it for the next day. And then anything that comes in plastic packaging that's labeled eco, that's a little suspicious. But if it feels like more work than it's worth, it probably is. And I guess my point is, it doesn't have to be more work to use lunch supplies that aren't made of plastic. So So I know it's easier to sort of see this stuff instead of just hearing me talk about it. So I've made a quick video walkthrough with product links and brand names. You can just check it out on my latest Instagram reel or the link to it in the show notes to see everything and more that I mentioned, so you can pick and choose. And if you're trying to clean out your kitchen cabinet of those plastic containers before school starts, or at least start it, you can grab my Safe Plastics Cabinet Checklist, which walks you through exactly which containers to ditch and what to use instead. So check that out in the show notes as well. So that is it for this week. Look, back to school doesn't have to mean plastic overload or spending hours researching different lunchboxes and lunchbox supplies, because I'm doing it for you. So start with one swap, one new lunch gear item, and just build from there. You're doing great. And DM me if you have a favorite non-toxic swap or if you want help finding one in particular. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys next time.